Hey guys, welcome back to Scrap Dog Media. I'm Bob, your friendly neighborhood traveler, as you ride along with me and my wife Mariter on our most recent visit to Cebu, Philippines today. We will dive into a topic that's been buzzing in our community, and that's life in the Philippines as an expat and the journey of meeting that special Filipina lady. Now, while I call the USA home, my adventures have taken me to the vibrant shores of the Philippines, and I've gathered a treasure trove of insights just for you. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. But first, before we delve deep into things, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Your subscription is very important to a small channel like ours, and we truly need and appreciate your support. It means the world to me and my wife, Mariter. So please go ahead and subscribe now. Okay, so imagine waking up to the gentle sound of waves kissing the shore, the aroma of freshly brewed Barako coffee wafting through the air, and the warm smiles of neighbors greeting you as you step out. That's daily life in the Philippines for many expats. The archipelago boasts over 7,000 islands, each offering its unique charm, from the lush rice terraces of Banaue to the pristine beaches of Palawan. There is no doubt that the Philippines is a true paradise, but what truly lies beneath the surface? Well, today we are going to dive deep and take an in-depth, true look at it all. I will not sugarcoat anything. Instead, I will give you the true facts that you need so that you can make a good, educated decision before you ever decide to make a move. First, we will talk about life as an expat and what's required to be able to have a decent life in the Philippines as an expat. Next, after that, I will teach you the best way for you yourself to meet a nice Filipina, and we will go over the do's and don'ts. So by the time you get to the end of this video, you will be equipped with tools that will help you with your journey so that you will be successful. As for myself, yes, I do travel to the Philippines, but I do not at this time choose to live there. Instead, I live here in the USA and Tennessee, and there are many reasons for that decision. One of those reasons is money. Something that you need to know is that a foreigner cannot work a regular job in the Philippines. Sure, there are some jobs you can do, but most are online, such as being an English teacher or investing and trading crypto. But unless you're a true professional at that, you will probably get wiped out. For most of us, there just is no jobs that we can do in the Philippines. Like, as an example, myself, I cannot go get a job as a truck driver there in the Philippines. It doesn't matter one bit that I have 27 years experience driving trucks. It doesn't matter that I have never been in a serious accident. What matters is that I am not a Filipino citizen, and therefore I am not allowed to work. And it doesn't even matter that I am married to a Filipina. Philippines laws and regulations are very strict and much different than that of the USA. And you need to take this into account if you're thinking of moving to the Philippines. You need to first think of your money situation. You need to know absolutely for certain you have enough money to live there indefinitely and never run out of money. You do not want to become broke in the Philippines. Many expats end up broke there, and that is a nightmare you absolutely want to avoid at all costs. It's not like ending up broke without money in your own country. You can get some assistance to get back on your own feet in your own country. But in the Philippines, there's absolutely no one who is going to be there to give you a helping hand. You better know this before you ever endeavor on a journey like this. Remember this, your life is at stake. Make absolute sure you have your bases covered and have a deep bank account before you put yourself into a situation. Okay, next we will talk about prices. Prices of just general living expenses. First on the list is food. We all have to have food to survive on. Now you may have it in your mind that you are going to just go to the Philippines, eat the cheap street food, and be totally okay. Well, more often than not, people who have that in their minds end up not doing that at all. It's not an easy thing to adapt to another culture when you have lived your whole life in the Western world. You might think, well, I can just live on street fried chicken. Trust me when I say this, you will not. Maybe a few times in your first week you might, but if it doesn't make you sick, and it probably will, then you're just going to get tired of it and will be craving the same foods you've had your whole life. Why would it make you sick, you ask? Well, for many reasons. Your body is not adapted to street food. It's not adapted to food that's just been sitting out for several hours. What a Filipino can eat normally with no problem, your body cannot. Things that make you horribly sick doesn't even affect them at all. Next, a lot of that street food is cooked with just tap water, and the tap water is not purified. Again, your body is not used to it, and it has not built up the antibodies to fight off the bacteria. Have you ever watched the Bizarre Foods episodes with Andrew Zimmerman? Well, if you haven't, then you should. Andrew is a man who can eat anything. He even eats things that would make a billy goat puke, literally. But when he travels to all these Asian countries, the first thing he always warns is never ever drink the tap water. You will possibly be on your deathbed if you do so. Because as I said, your body is not adapted to fight the bacteria. Filipinos have drank the tap water and ate the street foods since they were children. So it's nothing to them, but you, well, it's not the case for you. So I say to you, if you think you're just going to move there and eat cheap street food, then you better rethink that idea. Next, we have the fast food scene, such as Burger King, McDonald's, Jollibee, and so on. You're most likely going to start eating a lot of that. And granted, it is cheaper than in the USA, but it's not that much cheaper. It's still going to put a pinch on your budget. And if you're always eating out, then you're always going to be paying. Take that into account. So what about rent? If you do plan to move there, you should look around diligently at first. You can find a nice apartment or house at a low cost if you do the footwork to find it. But it might not be in the chosen city that you prefer. When choosing a place to rent, think about food. How far is it going to be to get to a supermarket such as the Metro Market or the SM Supermarket? You're going to want to be close to where you can buy Western-style food that you can cook at home. So this really should be a major factor when choosing a place to rent. Is it going to be a reasonable distance to a market such as that? A distance that won't cost a fortune for transportation. Granted, electrical charges is still cheaper than the USA, but it is still expensive, and the expense is getting more and more as each year passes. Make sure you budget all this into your budget. I cannot stress this enough. Just make sure you absolutely can afford to live there for a long time if you're planning to actually move there. And make certain you can afford to survive with absolutely no income coming in. Do not plan on going there thinking you're going to be able to get a job and work like you would in your home country, because most likely you're not going to be able to do any of that, and it will be only your pension or maybe your Social Security that you have to live off of. Make sure it's enough. Okay guys, now about meeting a Filipina. So how to go about this? Well, where a lot of guys make the mistake is they just pack their bags and go to the Philippines and think it's best to just go there and meet a girl in person. That's not always the best idea. In fact, it's much better if you meet here online first, long before you ever go there. What you need to take into mind is Filipinas, even though they are super friendly, are actually very shy. If you go there and don't even know anyone at all, then the chances of you meeting a good girl is extremely slim. The ones whom will approach you will most likely be bar girls whom are simply just after your money, or scammer girls whom see you as a dumb foreigner with a target painted on your back. So if that's the way to not do it, then what is the way to do it? Social media is your friend. Facebook is your friend. Find yourself some Facebook groups to join that have Filipinas seeking foreigners. And as soon as you start, put it deep into your mind that about 95% are going to be scammers whom are looking to take every cent you have to your name. Embed that deep into your mind at the very start. But be open-minded. Try not to make a judgment too soon. Be looking for red flags. If after a few days of talking, the girls start asking for money, that should alert your warning system. They will be very creative. They will have every excuse known as to why you need to send them money. More often than not, it will be either them or a very close family member that needs to go into the hospital. Now, I'm not saying that every single one is lying. No, in fact, some may actually be true. But it's your duty to do your part and make sure it's true if you're planning to send money to help. Make them show you in video that they are actually in the hospital, and make them show you all the bills and receipts. And even if they do this, it's still possible that you can be scammed. It's much better if you can find one that doesn't ask you for money at all, one that actually already has her own job and supports herself. But I also know that one can't easily control whom they fall in love with. Just remember to cover your back and don't allow yourself to be scammed. I'm not trying to paint the Philippines as being full of scammers. In fact, there's many good Filipino there, but there still are many scammers. Just be very careful. After you have talked for the first year, you're now certain she is real. So now it's time to book that first flight. Go ahead, do it, go visit her, and while you're there, make sure that everything you were told over the past year was true and everything adds up. Make sure you take lots and lots of pics of your first visit and also videos. Save these pics and videos, because if you decide to marry this girl, you will need to show those pics and videos to immigration later when you go to get her visa to come to your own country. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has been Bob with Scrapdog Media. Have a great journey to the beautiful Philippines.